Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for coming back, and as always, huge massive thank you for the support. I really do appreciate it. So coming back again with this gorgeous little Santa Paws kit from Hunkydory. This is the super cute snowy snuggles, and as you can see, loads and loads of toppers on here. So if you like making the smaller cards, I would say this is the kit for you, because I mean, look, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on there. There's also a picture on the printed, and there's a picture on the foiled sheet that matches as well. So you've got 8 there. You've got 4 sentiments, but then you've got your little book of sentiments if you need any more, or if you like foiling your own things, like the sentiment spell wonders ones, like I do, you can always make your own. So you do get 2 of everything. So there's 2 of the topper sheets. This is the foiled sheet with the lovely little snowflakes on, and look at those little kittens. Aren't they just the cutest thing? And even the little pegs on that border there, super cute. I got the insert and the paper pack. So those are the papers. They are double-sided, so you've got this sort of sprig on the other side. The inserts have got the little kittens on, and then this is the printed one with the little puppy and the kitten. Kitten looks like he's been sat on there. That's more of the printed papers. And then you've got the beautiful white Christmas tree with the bauble border, a bit of a mouthful. So all super cute there. So let me pop the toppers to the top, and I think I was going with, my hands are not working very well today. I was going to use that one for my first card, obviously using the actual cardstock piece. So let's pop that to the side for a second. And I thought I'd do a 6x6 card with a step. So I've got from my 12x6 cardstock, I've just made myself a little 6x6 card blank. And then at the same cardstock, I've got this piece, which was a leftover from something else, and that is 3.5 by the 6. What I'm going to do is just score that at 1/2 inch, just to make myself a blue tab. And then I'm also going to score at 2 to give me those steps that I want. So that is all we need to do folding wise. Let me just get that burnished down. So good burnish. And I have got my, there it is. I prefer this one because it really does flatten that crease really nicely. And then all I'm going to do with this in a second is pop it onto the front of there. I glue it that way so that I can hide that glue strip with my layers later on. Okay, so let's pop that to the side. Let's do some trimming. So I'm going to start with a gold 6x6 mirror mat, and I'm just going to take 2 notches, or 1/8 or 2/16, however you prefer to say it, of an inch, and that's going to be our piece that's going to go on the front there. Now I have got this little piece left over from another project, so it looks like it is 2 notches under the 6 already, and I just need that to be 2 notches under 1.5. So that should fit nicely onto my step, and it does. Now I'm going to bring in this cardstock, and I'm going to start by cutting that down to 5 3/4. And then I want to take, let's do it that way, so 1 1/4 inch. So it's going to be this blue piece, and that should fit quite nicely onto there, and it does. And then we want 5 3/4, so I'm going to rotate it around to keep that border in. And we've still got another piece left over, which is slightly bigger than that one actually. Let me just check. Quite like to fit on that one as well, but we will save that for another card. And that is all of the cutting out I need to do for this one. So let's start by assembling our card. Now, I'm going to use some red liner tape purely because it is the strongest tape I know of, and because I'm making this on a video, it's easier to use this. You can use your all-purpose, but be aware it would move around, and you can use your tacky as well. So tacky is the PVA sort of type of glue, and I am going to add a bit on here just for a bit of extra support. And the way I go about gluing these on is I've got this folded over like this, so you've got your sort of V shape with your glue on your tab facing to the left, and then what I do is I just butt that up to my card, and when I'm happy that that's exactly in line, press it down. And hey presto, we've got our step on there. Let's stand out a little bit, like so, very neatly and really easy. And also it means you don't have to sort of, by doing it that way, you don't, when I try and line it up, I always find one end goes down first, but if I do it like that, 99% of times it goes okay. There is the odd 1% when I'm having a really bad day, but let's not talk about that. Hey, today's a good day. So the glues I'm going to be using in this one is the Clout All Purpose, which is the sort of same as the Hunkydory's construction sort of type of glue, alcohol based. And then in this one I've got the Clout All Tacky Glue, which is a sort of PVA water based glue. So I like to use a combination of both. If you've been watching me for a while, you'll know this. But you know, you could equally just use one or the other. If I had to choose one, it would be the construction. The reason being is when it dries, it does give a strength to your card as well, because of the way it dries. It does dry solid. The only problem with it is you just have to be careful of it with finishes like the mirror card, because it can take the shine off, and that can be a real pain if you haven't got a way of covering that up with an embellishment. So I like to put the tacky glue in the corners. I'm going to turn that one round so we've got that border at the top, so that I can use the tacky glue sort of closer to the edges. It's not enough on there to cause any problems with any rocking up with the sort of bubbling up with the water content. If it was going to do that, it usually doesn't with this cardstock anyway. But I think I've just got into a habit of doing it this way now, and it works for me. So until such a time as it doesn't work for me, which does happen, you know, conditions change all the time, you know, especially global warming and all that stuff. I mean, it's definitely a lot warmer in here, even though we've not had any sun in this room, which is usually the coldest room of the house. It has been quite warm. So, you know, conditions do change all the time. But at the moment this is still working for me, so this is how I am crafting currently. Just popping it on, slightly wider border than I normally would go for. I'm not quite sure why that is, but we will manage with it. It's fine. So let's look at the toppers. So this paper really does go with the dog, which he has got his, and the kitten. So they have got their little bauble border. So let's go with that. Just popping that out, and it's coming out nice and easy. Maybe go for Jingle All the Way, bring that red in, and then that can go onto this piece here. And I'm not going to use any of the others. I'm going to be really frugal, really tight with these. So let's pop this out. I'm not sure how I'm going to pop this down yet, so we'll see once it's up. try out a few things, see what we like. So we have got a bow on the top of the border. It was on the top as it was on the sheet, but it could equally go at the bottom. I think the baubles do look better that way around, so let's pop you to the side. Let's have a little look, see how we want this to go. Go on to there. Do we want to use that on? No, I think we do want to take it out, but do we want to use it a different way? Could do what I've done before. Pop that on like so. Quite like that. We could chop this up and have this going across. I don't think I want to do that. I think that's too nice to chop into. I think there's any borders on this one. Let's have a little look. Okay, so let me just pop you to the side. Let me bring my trimmer in. And then what I'm going to do is just take that piece off. Just going to take that piece out. I'm going to cut that down to 5 3/4, and if I can just grab a piece of, what size is that? That's not going to be big enough. So I don't know what I just did with that piece I had just now, but we'll cut this piece down so that's going to be definitely long enough. And the size on that is approximately, it's a very thin border, we're looking at about one notch over 1/4 inch. So let's go to 1/2 inch, see how that looks on there. It's not looking very straight, is it? Let's try that again. Let's use a bit of tape. I think it must have moved when I shut the lid. Sometimes it can do that. And that's going to be just right. Yep, I think that's going to bring that little bit into there quite nicely. That's not straight, so don't put that back in the box because that could make me go wrong next time. Okay, so for this one what I'm going to do is just use a little bit of tacky glue, just because it's so thin. There's no way I would get all purpose on there thin enough that it wasn't spilling out the sides. Just put that on there. I think that's going to come across there. And if you have got any bauble dies, ornament dies, anything like that, you can always pop something coming along down here. Some of those little peel-offs that they had not so very long ago. I think I've got anything in that way on the peel-offs with me at the moment. Got some strings, gold strings, or I've got little gold dots. No, we won't. We'll just go. I'm just going to pop that in the middle. Oh, that's on the move. Let's make sure that stays where it's supposed to. And let's do this. Okay, so for this one, I think I'm going to go higher with this piece. It's got quite a nice chunky border to it. So let's just neaten up some of those pips. That's what we'll do. And these are the 2mm pads that I'm using on this one. I'm just popping these all the way around. If you've got the Hunkydory strips, this is going to be so much easier for you. Let's pop these backs off. We've been catching the Hunkydory school shows this week. It was really interesting to hear about how stamping started today. Really enjoyed that. With Dan. I think he likes his facts, doesn't he, Dan? I'm sure he said that they do something with their kids where they have to learn a certain amount of facts or something a week, or something like that. Bless him. Okay. I've got stuck on there. A little bit of something sticky. Watch, I'll go and drop this now. That's a bit of glue. Right, let's pop this down, stop messing about. Otherwise you're going to come a cropper. So let's pop this right to the top, because we have got that step, and although that will come down a little bit, I'm actually going to do something I don't do very often and do exactly the same height on here. Yeah, we have got that step, but it will fall forward a little bit with the weight of the topper, not topper, the cardstock and everything we've put on it, but it will still hide a little bit. You'll see, hopefully I'll be able to show you when I pick it up at the end. Now if you wanted to, what you could do is take some of your ribbon, make a nice pretty bow and cover that up. You could come in with some gems along inside, you know, if you've got any little gems from your packs that are sort of left over, you could come in between these baubles or these ornaments and add them in for a bit of extra decoration. We're going to pop our little puppy and kitten in there. Now, okay, so sorry guys, what it's done is it's just skipped a bit. All this happened in the meantime. It just, I don't know why, I had to change the battery, so it's not a normal Canon battery, so I don't know if that's something to do with it. But all I've done is just pop this border on with a 1mm foam pad, and then pop that one on top, so you've not missed anything really, just those bits. So I'm going to bring in these little sparkle gems that I got from AliExpress. I just think we need a little bit of sparkle. Now I think if I grab, let me close those up, they should run away. I'm going to pop some into there. I love these gems, they are really sparkly. I know they're meant for nails, but what I did a little card with some Tracy Hay stamps on, and they're actually by the TV because I love the stamps so much, and my colouring was just awesome on it. I know you shouldn't like be in praise of your own things, but I'm not the world's best colourer, but I really love the way that I coloured these in. So that's why they're not going anywhere, they're on the side. I'm just going to put these gems sort of randomly. Go there. Maybe up there. Yeah, so they really do catch the light. Sort of usually late evening is where it sort of happens here. Just the way the light comes in, I guess, at that time. So let's just pop up like so. And then I might pop, can't really see that one, can you? Maybe we should come down with them. And then what I'm going to do is pop those back in there. I might need to order some more of these. And I'm going to come in with the purple because we've got the bluey purple on these as well. And I think maybe this slightly bigger one will go on the front. I might put two on there. Maybe on the end. Let's see what they look like. I think that's going to work. Okay, let's put that out the way then. Now we know where we're going. So if I just pop this under there, so a good amount of glue. But not so much that it spills out. There, and then obviously we'd need an insert in there. I probably would use one from my Trim Me pad on this one because the image has got that, I think it's got the kitten on it, hasn't it? So I probably would go with my Trim Me. There we go, you get in the middle, go on, behave yourself. Let's just double check. I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah, so because the insert is the kittens, I could always use that other half, and I may do on some of the cards, but more likely the ones that I put more work in, I tend to use the Trim Me pad on with the gold foil. I think it's Christmas 3 is what it said on the invoice when I got it. But that is our card number 1, our simple little 6-inch square card with a front step. It's 1.5 inches. Bring that down so you can see, but when that's on the shelf that will come forward a little bit and you can see more of that circle. So that is card number 1. Now let's put those out the way before I spill them anymore. For my second card, let me just grab a piece of card stock, and what I thought I would do for this second one, I know it's quite similar, but I'm going to do a simple stepper, the 2-step one that I do. So I'm just going to pop that onto my scoreboard. I'm going to score at 4 inches, and then I'm just going to rotate that around because I've got the small one, and score at 2 and at 4. So that's going to give me 4 inches, 4 inches, 2 inches, 2 inches. And these are quite a cool way of making cards when you haven't got a lot of card stock. I mean, I know we've got loads of this. But just one of those things to bear in mind. If you haven't got a lot of card stock, let's say you've only got some little pieces left over, this could be a really great way to use those up. Oops. And I think the circle cards, they lend themselves to these step cards really well. The other style of card that they lend themselves to really well is sort of cutaway cards where you've got, let's say you've got your card coming like so, and you've cut away this piece, so you've got this bit on the end over, or you can do the bit where you've got like a, I think they call it cat flap on Hunkydory, don't they? They go really well with the circle toppers as well. Right, so that's where we're starting from. And if I grab my trimmer, put it around the right way, let's get you out of the way before I knock you flying. And I'm going to bring in a 6-inch, no I'm not, yes I am. I'm going to get a 6-inch mirror mat, and I'm going to cut this to 2 notches under the, now let's do the 2 notches under the 6 first, because that will save me trimming it the other way. So then we're going to turn it round and go 2 notches under the 4, which is going to go onto this back piece, and then 2 notches under the 2. We've got a fine border if you need it, and that is going to go onto our front step there. So let's grab the, I think it's the foiled cardstock I want for this one. Although I could use the papers, I'm not going to. I want to use this foiled cardstock. So with the beautiful kittens on, I mean that on its own is beautiful. Just beautiful. You could fold that in half. It's a beautiful card. Okay, so let's cut this to 5 3/4, because we know that's how far it is going to be across. And then I'm going to take this to 3 3/4. So I've got that lovely little washing line, although it is a little lower. And 1 3/4. Now I'm going to take a little bit off the bottom because I want to keep this sort of pegged sprig in. So I've taken 1/2 inch. Again, that could be another border. And then 1 3/4. And now I've got that beautiful little pegged border, and we can pop the way. And we want our toppers back. Where have you gone? No, that's the other one. It's hiding from me. Come on. Oh. Okay, now I could go ahead with the big one on there, just making sure that I didn't come above the 6-inch mark, and then I would have still a 6 by 6 card. But I think what I want to do instead is bring in, we've got these little kittens that are in the stocking, so I'm going to bring in 2 of those. It's a bit, actually I might swap you for the sleepy one. There we go, 2 of those. And then I'm going to go, I think, with Snowy Snuggles. Right, let me put that safe because that will disappear. Like my glasses and everything else around here. I think there's an elf that goes around hiding things. Surely good at hiding things. I still haven't found it yet. Okay, so I think that's all right for the pips. Right, let's do some assembling. Let's hope the camera behaves itself now. So I'm going to pop that out just to make it easy. And the foiling, I mean, beautiful little snowflakes there. This is like my favourite kit this year. And actually last year as well, although I did like the Enchanted Winter, and I did get the sort of, there is a kind of a version of it with the holographic foiling that I haven't done anything with yet, which is gorgeous. But I love everything about this kit. It's matte-tastic, so that means, you know, you can add all your little splatter, you know, glitter, anything you like to it really, you can throw at it. And it's going to look gorgeous. I love that about it. The images are lovely. There's lots of small ones as well, which means, you know, I'm still making cards for charity, so I really do get a lot for the money, especially when I bought that insert pack with the papers. mean, you do only get, I think it's 3 inserts and 3 papers. But saying that, it's really easy to knock up an insert if you didn't want to use the foiled ones. You know, if you wanted a cheaper way of doing it, you can just buy some A4 paper, maybe 120 GSM, and print out Merry Christmas on it. There's an insert then, isn't it, really? Or you could always look through all the free downloads at Hunkydory and just pick something out similar sort of tones and print them out. But that is what we're looking at the moment. I mean, gorgeous. If you had a little robin die, you could pop it on there. Like Spellbinders have had a lot of little bird dies with the kits of the month. They had the big bird house with the little birds in. I know they've done a cardinal as well. You know, anything like that, you could just pop that on there with a little sentiment. I mean, obviously I've got Snowy Snuggles there, but that would be gorgeous just as it is. You know, you wouldn't even need to use any of these toppers, but we are. Okay, so I'm going to come up quite high with these. And this card is probably going to fit in a 4x6 envelope when it's done, but it will have to have a little bit of give in it because it's going to be quite chunky by the time we've got our toppers on as well. So I'm putting 2mm foam pads on that one, and on this little fella here I'm going to put the 1mm on. Just checking that's still behaving itself. Yes, it is. And I'm not sure about that piece yet, so I might go with 1, I might go with 2. So my thinking was, so we've got the line coming through, so we could have that one on there, and maybe we've got a peg there, and we can put them on like that. I think that's going to be quite cool. So that is what I'm doing, matching them up. And if you've got any of those little wooden pegs, I think Spellbinders did some little wooden pegs, or was it Hunkydory? I know I've got some little wooden pegs from somewhere, not like these dolly ones, like the old-fashioned ones. I remember Mum used to buy some and all their little bits of fabric, because she used to knit a lot when we were younger, and she had bits of fabric, probably from Nan, because my Nan was a really good maker of things, sewing and things. Let's bring that over a little bit. There we go, so he's on top of there. And these are super quick cards. I think I'll go 2mm on the pads on the greeting. So I think it's going to be quite a quick video today, to be fair, so apologies. I've done the write-up for the that project that I did the other day, so I just need to type that up and pop that on. I'm going to go there with my Snowy Snuggles, and then we just need some gems. Let's see, we could go blue, we could go red. Let's go blue shimmer, because I really love these shimmer gems. These are Hunkydory ones, and I found if you keep them in the card, I just chuck the top off there, they tend to stay quite tidy. That would be my tip if you are looking to get some of these. Should we go with the navy ones? And that's the other great thing, is you can hold it up and see. Or we could go with those. Let's go with those ones because they're a little bit darker blue. So I'm going to pop 1, 2 on that side. And you know, that's all you're going to do, just those 3. I don't think it needs any more. It looks nice as it is. So that is our card number 2, Simple Stepper. Quickly done. Just matching up those images with the actual background there. So let's bring in our first card. And that is the cards that I've done for today. So there's the 2 cards. I am going to make up the rest of the cards on this kit. Hopefully by the time the next video comes, they will be already up and running. I'm hoping to do some work this afternoon. I'm really feeling like crafting at the minute, so I'm really keen to get on with it. Next time I'm going to come back with another one from this kit. So there are another 2 sets, so we'll work our way through the whole kit on this one because it's my favourite. I think I might have said that a few times. If you are thinking of getting it, then I would say don't sit on the fence because it is gorgeous, and it would be a shame if it got discontinued because it's beautiful. And I'm really hoping that at Christmas, when they do the goodie boxes, which I'll probably get to, which is, you know, what I would have got Mum anyway for Christmas, so I'm probably going to get 2 at Christmas, and I'm hoping that there's another set of this in there because I wouldn't mind keeping this in my collection for another year, or you know, for years to come, and you find it again later because it's wonderful. You know, when I know we buy these kits, we don't always use them up, and then they get put away, and then you'll be looking for something else and you come across it and you think, why in God's name haven't I used this? Because it's gorgeous. So I really would like another one of these to pop away. I'm definitely going to buy another set of the inserts. I think I might wait until there's a sale and then buy 1 or 2 packs because the papers in them are just beautiful. I mean, the papers, like last time you had that wood effect. This time you've got, I mean, just so usable for Christmas, isn't it? You could put anything on there. I really love those papers, and they're matastic. They just feel really great, and it's more like a light card. It's not, I don't think it's 120 because the inserts are usually 120, and that's a lot thinner. You can hear. So it's really good quality paper, so I really am going to get some more of those because I think that will be super useful for using bits up in the future. Anyway, I've rabbited on, apologies, but I will be back next time with this kit. But until then, take care of yourselves and happy crafting. Bye.